Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Afif Yusuf, and today I want to report about an article that I have been find in my searching before. The title is EFL Students' Perception Towards the Use of Bahasa Indonesia in an English Classroom. The first, of course, there are several points that I will discuss. The first is abstract. So I think the abstract is very simple. It gives you the overview of the content about the introduction, the the literature review, the research methodology, findings, and the overall conclusion in just several sentences. So it gives the readers the holistic picture about what actually the research have, the purposes, and what the researchers got from the study. And then the second point is introduction. In introduction, the researchers are giving us the actual problem about the first language used in EFL classroom that are still debatable until today, where some experts and research are giving negative argument about the usage of the first language, about the L1 in the English classroom, but other experts and studies are actually give positive arguments about the usage. and uh, and then also in the introduction, the researchers are giving us the purpose of his studies in this article, and also the overall goals for the studies to found about the students' perceptions towards the use of Bahasa Indonesia in an English classroom, especially in the context of Indonesia as an where we perceive English as a foreign language. And here, the third section is literature review. So there are four sub points in literature review. The first is the importance of student perceptions, where the researchers are explaining that why students' perception is actually important is because students' perception are actually affecting how they would perform in academic matters, like especially in English classroom, in English context. And the second sub points is about the use of L1, the use of first language in EFL classroom, where in a simple manners, the researchers explain that in EFL classroom, it usually dominantly or the EFL students are dominantly use the first language more, and the only speakers or the only user of target language, English language, is usually the teachers itself, the teachers themselves. And the third sub points or is the advantage of using L1 or the first language in the class. So to conclude, the advantage is help in comprehending the English material, and also it helps teachers and students in a process of learning and studying the English itself. So it gives the efficiency in the terms of process. And the last subtypes in the literature review is the disadvantage of the use of using L1 in the class. So it actually kind of correlated to the advantage, where the advantage is giving efficiency in the process. The disadvantage is actually, as opposed to that, it actually gives inefficiency in the output, because the researchers are found that are finding that when students are exposed to first language in an English classroom, the study before revealed that they would tend to be more dependent to those first language rather than using the English, the target language. And in the end, it would give them less exposure to the target language. Then moving on to the next section is about research methodology. So in this study, the researchers use descriptive research as a qualitative study. And for the participants itself, the target is actually 30 students in IKIP Siliwangi, but for the sake of data validation and such, they actually they use 40 participants, and the 40 participants are actually filling the data in the end of the research. And for the primary data, the researchers use questionnaire, the closed-ended questionnaire, and it consists of 15 questions. And then the next sections is about the findings. So about the findings, based from before, the questionnaire actually consists of 15 questions. So in the findings section, the researchers are actually like showing the each question and how the results are, how much the percentage of students are choosing 1 to 4 options, about strongly agree and until strongly disagree. And like in the conclusion, in the last sections, the conclusion, the researchers conclude that teachers' use of L1 of first language actually bring both positive and negative perception towards students, where it dominantly give negative perceptions, where the students are actually prefer and feeling more comfortable when the teacher use the target language in explaining the material and such. But here's there are also some positive perception, where students are actually understands both the advantage and disadvantage of using first language in English classroom, in EFL classrooms. And they also prefer when teachers could use the first language when they have to explain some new vocabularies or some new structures that students aren't having some background knowledge and such. And that's all from me. Thank you.